Associated Rewinds Ireland Limited is a leading European overhauler, repairer and remanufacturer of traction motors that power electric and diesel-electric railway rolling stock. From our three purpose-built factories, we provide a comprehensive range of services for AC and DC traction motors. Associated Rewinds was established over 30 years ago and presently employs over 150 people. We specialise exclusively in the rail market. AC motor work ranges from redesigned stator for Class 92 locomotives that haul freight through Eurotunnel, to overhauls for the Class 395 Javelins built by Hitachi. DC work ranges from motors on 40-year-old Class 43 high-speed trains in the UK to Class 66 freight locos operating all over Europe. Our coil factory manufactures DC armatures and stator coils, AC stator coils, and builds armature cores and coil shoes. We are self-sufficient in designing and manufacturing armature shafts, rotor shafts, end bells and ancillary parts in our CNC machine shop. Our experienced R&D team have developed a reputation as innovators in traction motor technology, having delivered solutions to problematic motors operating in difficult environments from northern Scandinavia to the desert. The overhaul process for AC and DC motors begins by recording the nameplate data and carrying out a visual inspection. Relevant photos are recorded before and during disassembly. Preliminary tests are carried out to determine the general condition of the windings. The armature or rotor is connected to one of the two Phoenix core loss test stations to record the integrity of the laminated core, whilst also looking for hot spots. The armature or rotor is then thoroughly cleaned in the Proseco rotary traction motor washer and is then oven dried. After cooling, the commutator risers are glass blasted to remove all tarnish or flaky material. The armature is then placed in the Baker automatic armature testing machine and fully tested, including AC high pot test, DC high pot test, bar-to-bar resistance test, and bar-to-bar surge test. The armature is then set up in the CAM automatic undercutting machine, and the commutator is undercut and burnished in both directions. The armature or rotor is then set up on a balancing machine and dynamically balanced to the required tolerance. The pinion, where fitted, is lapped to the motor shaft to ensure a minimum of 90% contact. With the stator at room temperature, the windings are fully tested, including high pot and surge tests. Frame amping tests are also performed on the individual windings to verify the integrity of the internal connections. The stator windings are then sprayed with anti-tracking Insulderm. All the ancillary motor parts are washed in an industrial washer, rinsed with anti-rust inhibitor and fully dried. The armature or rotor is prepared for assembly by fitting the end cover and bearing components. The armature is then positioned vertically and carefully lowered into the stator frame. New brushes are fitted on DC motors and the commutator profile is recorded and must be within specified tolerances. AC and DC motors are mounted on the test bed and run for several hours in both directions. Bearing temperatures, vibration levels, voltages, and amps are recorded. The completed motor receives a final quality inspection. Should a DC motor require a stator or armature rewind, additional processes to those in the overhaul include the manufacture of field coils, interpole coils, armature coils, and the rewinding of armatures and stators. An AC motor requiring a stator or rotor rewind will have additional processes, including the manufacturing of stator and rotor coils, and the rewinding of the stator or rotor. The finished product is vacuum pressure impregnated in either our silicone or epoxy VPI process, and finally rotisserie dried. For all AC and DC traction motor requirements, contact Associated Rewinds, Europe's leading innovator in rail traction motor technology.